Hello, Kennesaw Ghost folks, Dave here. Today we're in Montgomery, Alabama at the Garrett Coliseum. The place is 71 years old. We're going to investigate it. We heard a lot about paranormal activity here, stuff caught on camera. We're actually going to go into the Hank Williams Sr.'s dressing room, made just for him. So let's go do this. It's a beautiful building structure. It's gorgeous inside. You just feel that oldness into it. Awesome place to watch a rodeo. So I just wanted to see if there's anything there.
It was huge, just beautiful, and it's so massive on the inside. It doesn't look that big from the outside.
I went there when I was 6 years old to a rodeo with my dad. My dad was a Vietnam vet. When he was there, he worked for the USO, and Roy Rogers and his wife, Dale Evans, came there. And my dad helped him get a captured AK-47 out of the country. And so Roy told my dad, if you ever come stateside, look us up, bring you to the back room and get a free show.
So I heard about Garrett Coliseum from Dave. I think they had reached out to him, if I'm not mistaken, to come and do an investigation of the Coliseum. I had passed by the Coliseum several times. My husband and I like to go out there. There's a comic book store that we tend to go to. So we had seen it in passing several times, but never really had been there, didn't know what all they did there.
I'm Christy. I'm the general manager of Garrett Coliseum. I've been here about a year.
First impression was Christy, who let us in there. Because I called her up. She probably thought I was some crazy guy, didn't know what I was about. And then she met me and watched some of her stuff, let's go in there. I guess it's probably about 20 years since I've been in there. Still a gorgeous beast.
So it's a great place to be. There have been 3 sold-out shows here. 2 of them were Elvis Presley and one was Liberace. Our very first concert was Hank Williams Sr. So we actually have a room dedicated to him on our property. We can take y'all down there and show you that. We have the original dressing rooms. We have the original safe that's been here all 71 years, doesn't work anymore.
So when I met Christy, she seemed very energetic, very happy, very down to earth. I mean, she knew a lot of information, a lot of the history about the place, which is good, because a lot of times when we go into these investigations, our clientele doesn't know that much of the history.
71-year-old building built with old cotton fields and things like that. It's found to have some rich history.
Montgomery is a very haunted town, super haunted. Y'all don't realize how haunted this town is. There's a lot of stuff we haven't got to yet, I'm hoping to. It don't always work. We go places, we think it's haunted and it's not.
There are tunnels underneath the building. We've heard different stories about how this used to be a way for the old DOC staff to be able to get to and from work. We've heard that there is a little girl with no face on the 2nd floor of the south side. And we have seen the black mask. We actually caught it on camera. Unfortunately, our DVR only goes back so many days for us to be able to show that to you, but we have actually seen it ourselves. So those are kind of the big things here that we're interested in seeing, and we want to see if someone can actually document it and show something that is really here, or is it just our imagination kind of running wild with us with stories we've heard. So thank y'all so much for coming.
When I first walked in there, it's like somebody wanted to be heard. There was something wanted to tell the story, and we was there for them.
Our inmates told us that things really started being more visible when they started doing some of the upgrades and the renovations that we have.
You know, it seemed important to her to figure out what was going on there. So, you know, in any way that we could do that for her, that was our goal.
But now we have updated locker rooms. Once the locker rooms started being put in place, the creepy started showing up more. So that's kind of like the things we wanted y'all to be able to see.
Stir some up.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Christy helped us in the investigation by leading us to the different places of interest.
We just said some stories only Hank can tell. The first place Christy took us to was like a pantry at a concession stand. And as soon as we walked in, we passed like a mop bucket, and all of a sudden we started getting spikes going off on our equipment. Is anybody buried here? After the building was built?
So with Dave, he's using a specific app. So there's an algorithm that takes the energy that's in that room and turns it into words. There's a database of words. You know, we ask the questions and hopefully the spirits can manipulate, you know, that energy to talk to us.
GhostTube's a really good app. Everybody's got an app for everything. And the one we use is used by a lot of paranormal investigations.
Possible.
so far as possible. That's it. You was talking about the digging part, he said possible.
Possible or plausible?
Have to look at it later on. Okay. It's not possible. Anything, Jennifer? Anything? No bodies lying around here?
No, I'm picking up on that little girl.
Well, I heard a spike go off. I don't know if it was that loud or not. Really cool. We felt the temperature kind of drop a little bit around us, and then start talking to us. And then after a while, it just stopped till we left the room and went to other places. Usually when you start talking to spirits or whatever, you kind of get like a little feeling of a chill coming around you. And then when it kind of heats up again, they just stop chatting. Sometimes they want to talk, sometimes they say one or two words, and you won't hear from that certain area of a building or structure for the rest of the time you're there. So we come out of the pantry, and I was looking, just looking straight, looking at the wall, and I asked if anybody else seen what I was looking at.
Big eyebrows and
It's wild, but it looked like an ape's head. So I don't know if this was a reference to the Planet of the Apes just hanging around because the Montgomery Zoo's up the road. I don't know. You ever seen it before? I mean, it's just, no. I just know it's coming out of the building, room. All right. All right, man.
The original safe is locked up down here in our, we call our cook quarters, we have our extra quarters in there now.
When we left the pantry, we went to the vault, and that's where all the artists would put their guns and money and jewelry in there while they performed on stage or whatever it was they had to do. When we first walked in there, it was old, super old. It had a lot of stuff in there. The safe has seen its better days, so I could say that. But like I said, you can probably get a box of Cracker Jacks in there to keep safe now. But just glad to see something like that. That old, that history to it, and probably the residual energy that goes along with it. Yeah, I'm here. Let's speak up clear now. Did you perform here? Want to see us, see you? The device that Jennifer put on top of the safe is an EMF detector. It just picks up like spirits or something moving around. It'll really light up and let us know if there's something in the area.
There's all kinds of different apps out there that you can use to speak to spirits, although I do warn against them if you don't know what you're doing, because a lot of people just tend to download those apps and use them with no regard for any kind of respect. You're opening up a portal of communication with the spirit realm. And so if you just turn off your phone and you don't close out that conversation just like you would on a Ouija board, then you leave that communication portal open. You know, you have to say bye or you leave it open. So now if there are spirits that are trapped here, do I have your permission to cross them over if they need to be crossed over?
Absolutely. Wouldn't want anyone trapped here.
Uh-oh. You see someone behind me?
There wasn't a right
Yeah,
behind you.
it's like, there's nothing in this car right here.
Why are you here?
we're here to investigate. Who is this?
Do you know the lady's name behind me who works here?
Is this Maria?
I can't stay.
Jennifer, have you get out of here? Is your name Maria?
Or he's listening for any kind of feedback that we're getting in, any answers to our questions when we ask, you know, who's here. A lot of times they'll come through and they'll tell us their name.
Always ask how many spirits are here. Do you have a name? Do you know where you are? What year do you think it is? Because they might still think it's 1953 when Hank was there. They might have been somebody who worked there at the Garrett Coliseum. They got killed at Garrett Coliseum or somewhere in Montgomery. You never know. And they still might be lingering around. Maybe the most active spot that we felt there, but it was pretty neat.
I've got a spike coming out of the station. Spike's like crazy right here. Might be that way.
So this was the Sarah Hank's dressing room here. The dressing rooms are on the back side of the building. This is the apartment that we dedicated to.
So when we first walked in there, I was like super excited because that's Hank Sr.'s dressing room. And ever since then, so the 72 years, a lot of people, artists or even cowboys have gone in there and got changed, got ready for the bull riding or saddle bronc. Even the little barrel racer girls might have gone in there and got ready, who knows. But I was like super excited to go in there. The device I put on the table is called a REM pod. It has an electric field around there. So if anything comes to that antenna, it made it go off. And it has gone off before. When I first turned it on, you heard it calibrate. That's what it's gonna sound like if something touched it. So we would back away, don't know contamination around it. So if something come up, it would go off. And it's worked. I mean, we've seen it work before. There's no way you can remote control it, make it go off. There's no way you can do that. So it's by spirit energy only, or somebody turning it on and off and packaging it up. Anybody in this dressing room? All good? That's just different.
That's twice instead of closer.
Different. Okay. Freedoms. Why are you still here wanting freedom? Since you're weak. Is the spirit keeping you here? Unless you leave? Sometimes spirits, if there's a bunch of them, some spirits are like reserved to speak. Sometimes they might be held down by another spirit. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Just what? One minute you get closer to. Get quiet with me now. You check it out. Room 14, is anything you? Room 14?
Locker 14.
This is the direction. It's a locker room.
There's a locker room 14. We don't have a dressing room. Locker.
Do we need to go to locker 14?
That's it.
That's it. What's it? That's it.
And a lot of times we'll get, a pretty good long answer to a lot of our questions that we don't normally anticipate, happening, but it does happen occasionally where we'll sit there and have a pretty good conversation. And so,
Where's the locker room 14 here?
It's from the corridor. It's right across from the dressing room.
All right, we're gonna go to locker 14 and see what you got going on there. So yeah, it was a cool experience to go in there. Hank Sr. walked in that room and got changed, and probably knocked some balls out too while he was in there. But that was pretty cool.